must have been something we did in the South, even though he's from Virginia. I'm from further south than that.
Yeah.
I said the labels were made out of this cool, like, styrofoam paper, and we used to, like, shred it. And he said, oh yeah, the little keg-looking bottles of RC. It's like he said styrofoam brought the memory back. It was like that styrofoamy paper.
Yeah.
And you could peel it off, and it was so satisfying. It'd be like, and you peel it
Yeah, I
off.
remember it.
And then after you peeled off all the ribbons, you could peel the whole thing off, and then you stick it in the bottle.
I remember it from summer camp, I think.
Oh, that's nice. I went to summer camp too. It's a privilege.
Welcome you to Porch Talk. This is your host, Alan, and as you can see, we got somebody who's been on the show several times. We got Ham Bagby here, and Ham was a big part of setting us up. He had a friend who was touring the area, and he reached out. He was like, I think she would be great for it, and man, great set.
Thank you.
Happy to have you here.
Yeah, happy to be here. This is awesome.
So, like, you shared a little bit on, your set about, where you're from, Huntsville area.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Man, the memories are so blurry now. But I was born in Huntsville. My parents got divorced when I was 3, and they were both remarried by the time I was 5. My dad moved to Hot Rock, Tennessee, so that's when I started like splitting my time. And I was in a performance arts school called the Academy for Academics and Arts, and I was going to be an actress. And they did use me as the kid in all the Von Braun Civic Center plays and stuff like that. And I don't know. What was the question?
Just growing up in Huntsville.
I'm telling you my life story.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I ended up leaving when I was 13, 14, I guess I was 13. Whatever age you are when you start freshman year of high school, that was like when my stepdad got a job transfer and we moved to Durango, Colorado. And then I didn't end up coming back to the South for like a long time. I was like shocked when I moved to Nashville that it was only 2 hours away from Huntsville, because I was like, how did I not know this? Like, I didn't have to go all the way around the world to end up in Nashville. Could have just gone 2 hours up the road.
And like you said, I know it was blurry and you were young and you were moving around, but just that scene and what Huntsville has done in just, I would say, the past decade is incredible.
I believe this is true. I know that they have a burgeoning music scene there too, which I would love to get into. But like, since I was in the theater as a kid, I was like, it was weird because, half of my family was played for maybe one team, I guess you might say, or had a certain rural lifestyle too. Like my dad lived out on a farm, and it was like there was so much pride in like not having a shotgun for your alarm. There's like there's a lot of charm in that part of my life too. But then I was exposed to all of these arts, and it was like the free thinking society in Alabama it was renegade, to be like a free thinking person in some ways. And I didn't really come to understand the distinction until I got older, and got kind of away from it and came back and realized like, oh, there's still lines in the sand,
I mean, just take like this concept, the reason this is a dry county, but this is a wet town within the county.
Yeah.
And so like there's blue laws, we're in the Bible Belt. And so, you're not going to sell alcohol on Sunday here. And I'm not complaining about that. I get it. It's the culture. And so, I mean, that birthed like, the name of the store, and also like closed on Sundays music series. It's like, well, that's exactly what it is. We're closed on Sundays, but hey, we have a listening room kind of experience that you can come by and hang out. Just bring you a chair.
Yeah. No, I think it's so, well, for one thing, I think it's so important, and I also think it's just really fun. and like you kind of still gotta fight for your right to party a little bit. You know?
It does kind of feel like sticking it.
But the thing about Alabama and the South, though, is that I feel like almost anyone I've ever known or met, or maybe it's just in the water down here, right? But like, if you can find the loophole, that can be appreciated by everybody.
Yeah. You know, it's wild because, you know, 3 o'clock on a Sunday, or sometimes we'll do like a 7 or 8 o'clock show. Just kind of depends on the weather, really. Or whatever the musician that's coming wants to do is like, do you want to play in the afternoon or you want to play at night? Because, you know, some people it's like, dude, my vocal cords ain't. I do nights. I'm like, okay, we'll do nights. You know, I get it. Yes, it's cool to see like the liquor store parking lot fill up with cars and like people are breaking their necks driving by. It's like, what is going on?
Yeah, and it's closed on Sunday.
Yeah, we're not
breaking any laws. Nope.
Just using the space.
Yeah.
But performative arts, and then I wanted to kind of like open it up to like how you and Ham met. But performative arts, theater, seeing a lot of different art, like music, how, when, where.
Shoot.
We met through Mamie, so
Yeah. Mamie Lou.
she's the glue that holds so many people together.
And I met Mamie Lou at a songwriting competition,
Yeah.
and she had a really awesome song that Tom, he's not a judge, he can't judge it, but I think he would have picked her song. Actually, I went back, I wasn't competing against her, I went back to just pass off my crown. I didn't have anywhere else to go. I was in Texas, I was like, I'm gonna go down to the songwriting competition I won and get some, you know,
Get some accolades.
Yeah, get some like
Street cred.
yeah, or you know,
Pass the crayon.
Yeah, totally. Like I should have somewhere to be, but I don't, so I'm gonna go do that. And I met Mamie there, and she probably would have won it if it had been up to the guy who runs it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Mamie, who's also just like I was in her barn, and
Yeah.
she was doing a record for
Alma.
yeah, was it for Alma?
She's working on her own stuff too, which is still
Yeah.
seeing a lot of day.
And
She's such a
Ham,
good writer.
yeah, she is. And Ham was, she also just like, she's very like sensitive to the creative process. Like I think she's very talented. And Ham was playing on her stuff, and he was just, I liked his style. It was cool. Yeah. So then, I don't know. I've seen you a few times since then.
Played that D
As much
show.
as I've seen anyone else.
Played the show at D's with too.
Okay. Yeah. Remember that? Yeah. Did you open that show? You
Yeah.
played with?
I played with him.
Okay,
Played-
and you opened that show. Okay.
I did basically the same thing I did today. I
Oh.
kind of don't know the songs, but I'm gonna go for it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it that way. This is to be loose. Keep everybody a little on edge. Keep everybody in the moment.
Yeah, keep them on their toes.
Yeah. We don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. And then- I like that. Like even like with the recording 3-song set, you know, people ask straight run cuts. I prefer a straight run, and I prefer it if you mess up, just don't tell nobody.
Right.
Don't show it.
Hey, I think we did. Or I
That's
did.
how I do everything.
Yeah.
I just make mistakes and nobody knows.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the number one rule of it, right? It's like nobody would have known unless you gave it away.
That's rock and roll.
Well, just kind of back to like Mamie, like what part of the country were y'all in when y'all met?
We were in like
Nashville.
outside of Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay. And how long ago was that?
That was a couple of years ago at this point, wasn't it? A year and a half.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because she doesn't live in that farm anymore.
All right.
But there was a big tobacco barn there, and the ceiling was 50 feet in the air, and
Yeah.
smelled like tobacco.
And
But it sounded
cool.
dirt floor, and it sounded really
Sounded
good.
great. Yeah, I know she's like, I'm looking. That's funny. This podcast will be about Mamie.
Yeah, she should do a podcast about it.
You could.
And then she can come here and talk about us.
Yeah, she should come here. She should come
Open
here.
invitation.
But
You have to
she's-
bring a friend though, and just keep it running.
Yeah, no, I love that. That's a good idea. well, just in case that does happen, well, I just talked to Mamie and she informed me that she rescued her family from a burning house.
Yeah.
And the barn burned, right?
It was a different farm, but the house burned. She had to. She
Okay.
got everybody out.
But she's looking for a new. She
Yeah, she's
called me.
looking for
She
some-
said, "I'm looking for a house with a tobacco barn,
Yeah.
or a
Yeah.
barn, so she
It was
can
just a barn.
make the music." I don't know how
She
easy
didn't.
it
She
is
did
to.
feel like that was kind of seminal to the process, but I don't know.
That it has to be a tobacco barn
I
or
don't
just a
think it has to
barn.
be a tobacco barn. I think it's just the high ceiling of the room and the.
I think she's cracked some code there
Yeah.
though, because it does sound great.
Oh yes. Oh, the
It sounds
recordings
good.
sound fantastic.
Yeah, I would like to make a record that way.
One thing that I would like to see happen around here, and I've seen it like in different parts of the country, but like take a church building that is no longer a church, like the congregation, didn't, just died out. I'm not being ugly,
Sure.
but
Yeah.
now you have this building.
They just quit believing.
I mean, you want to, yeah, they didn't multiply.
Right.
And now you just have like vacant buildings. I mean, just from, if you're on Highway 82, just taking it back to Mississippi, I mean, you would drive by 3.
Yeah.
And every time I drive by them, and I was like, I would love to have that as a music venue.
Totally, and also just like a space because the light's so great and the stained glass and just I don't know, the ghost stuff.
Yeah.
Like I know, abandoned, huh? I was on this drive because I come down. Like I said, I don't know if I come. I don't know how long I'm going until I
Yeah, where was
start
you, where
coming
was you
here.
coming from? Texas?
Nashville. But I was in Austin yesterday.
Okay.
But I flew home on an airplane.
Okay.
I went to bed in Nashville and woke up and I drove
Okay.
down I-65.
That's so wild.
Nah. I mean,
It's
it's
a
probably
lot.
not ideal, like,
No, it's great.
for people in their 40s.
No, I mean I love doing crazy.
You were the one who said you had a show last night until 1 a.m. or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, so,
And it was like a St. Patty's Day thing. I thought
Yeah.
it was going to be like, I mean, it was off the wall. You were supposed to play.
tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day.
I know, but they do.
Oh,
I mean,
right.
A lot of
'cause
towns
the
in
weekend.
Alabama are going to do like a
Right.
Birmingham and a St. Patty's Day parade on Saturday. So,
Totally. There used to be one in Huntsville just to
Yeah.
bring it back full circle.
There you
so
go.
My
people
grandmother
will
was
go
super
out.
Irish.
So people will go out that night, but I think they get their yayas out on Saturday nights, or people just go ahead and
Right, of course.
observe the day on the Saturday
Right.
before. Kind
Yes, what was I thinking? Every day is Saturday to me, so I don't know.
Every day is Saturday.
That's not, I mean, every day's Sunday for me.
Every day's Monday.
Yeah.
Every day's.
I got a little Garfield.
Oh, I worked yesterday too, so I had a
Full plate.
yeah. It was a long one.
During the 3-song set, like, and I appreciate you doing it, I was like sharing a little information about the song and where it came from. Just like with your songwriting process, like early beginnings, you could take whichever song you would like. It could be a song that you shared earlier, or it could be the first song you ever wrote. But just for the process out there, and those, I mean, who are trying to write and maybe looking for some guidance. I mean, you mentioned like you teach,
Yeah.
like, or waiting on a song. How does it happen?
Well, the first thing that because I do teach the inmates now, and I keep trying to figure out a different way to address them because it just sounds like, weird to call them that when you realize that they're such dynamic people, But I always say I don't, but they tend to take everything very literally. So when I tell them I don't know how to write a song, that's like the most important thing you probably need to know. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like any of my songs that I have written, that I have brought, I don't, like none of them feel like I did it. I know I did, because I remember doing it. But like, I think that, you just like learn as much as you can about a thing until you get stupid about it again. And that's kind of what happened to me with my songwriting. It's like there was time I didn't know anything, and then I got really obsessed with Mary Gauthier, and I like followed her around the country, and it was I Drink. Speaking of songs that will go in the liquor store, that song was she like that chorus is 13 words, and how she figured out how to say what she said in such a short, condensed. Like I've never
Economy
been
of words, right?
Economy of words, yes. And I've never been somebody who's been, you know, I use a lot of words. I rarely finish a sentence. I'll go start another one before I finish one. You know, and so it was such a relief to me to learn the craft of it, because there's just so much pleasure. I don't know, it's such a good feeling to say what you mean, because if you say what you mean, then you know what you feel. You know, and like it's such an intimacy with self, and so you gotta kind of have to want that part of it, I think, at least to write the kind of songs I write, you know.
Yeah.
Or write the way I write. Not everybody wants to write those songs. I mean, people tell me all the time, like, Caitlin, you're never gonna make a dime if you keep doing it this way. I guess that's not why I'm doing it then.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's those style of songs and like the story behind them, I think, are impactful. And like, I think when it comes to social media and, you know, musicians, comedians, anybody, I think in like performing art, especially like in this kind of economy that we're in, is not only do you have to be a musician, and you're also your own booking agent, and you're also like trying to get on social media to connect with people, to get them to hopefully get over to a streaming platform to check you out, and you know, and then it's a whole bunch of related artists, and then you're kind of getting on playlists and all this. But you know, the videos that I'm seeing now, like, you know, on Instagram, and I'm just hunting for talent. I'm just like looking for somebody, and like it is an immediate turn off. It's like it's either like a subheading on the video, or like in 10 seconds they're trying to immediately win you over by telling you exactly what the song is. I was like, leave me with something, man.
Yeah.
But like if you're a storyteller like you are, and like that's fine, but like some things are better left unsaid. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's the anticipation of like when you're gonna get to where you're gonna get, and there's like something about someone who can write both songs that are clever and funny, and someone who can write a song that is gonna make an impact and like make you feel something emotionally. And like I think you and I both kind of want I'd lean funnier on my stuff than you do.
Yeah.
But
Well,
you like wordplay and you're clever a lot.
yeah, I definitely didn't do the funny ones today. But no, I think the funny ones are the sexy ones.
I think the funny ones are fantastic, but I
Yeah.
mean, I also am a lover of sad songs, and I'm
Yeah.
someone who is known for writing funny songs.
Right.
If I'm known
No,
at all.
your songs are really funny. Yeah.
But
Let's take White.
Yeah.
Is you know, we're sound checking, we're just hanging out, and you share that song, and I had already like attached. I was like, wow, that's a powerful song. And so many different ways that I could have took it, and then you shared what the song was about, and like you know, it was a little tough for me like to not shed a tear. You know,
yeah,
it's like
it
this
adds a layer
is.
to it.
That's a good
Well,
thing. I
that-
left my
That song
capo.
had already made me cry.
I don't play it as often anymore, just because like, oh gosh, I don't know, you know, like there's always I never know how much I can really do. Sometimes I feel like I've brought almost unwanted attention to his case, or just to him. My brother's very proud of it. He asked me to stop writing songs about him and crush me. I was just like, you're my muse though.
Yeah.
But I thank you, because I think, you know, just for when you're talking about like process and things, that is really the first song, and maybe one of the only songs I've written from the perspective of someone else, where I'm going to put myself inside this person and tell the story from their point of view. and it's by far the most powerful song, because it's not about my own dumb feelings. And so I think there's a real message in that, just in terms of like how songwriting can be powerful. It's like a lot of people call it therapy. You know, I hate it when songwriters do that, but it is a therapeutic process. You know, it is for me. There's a catharsis in it. But it can also be like a real service, because when you can be objective about the thing but you can make someone feel the way that they would feel had they not. It's like, people will sign my petitions, you know, and even if they don't agree with me after they hear that song. And that's when I realized that, like, oh, actually, like what you were saying earlier about when I go on and there's all this other stuff you got to do, and there's all this social media and all this, and it's like, I found before I moved to Nashville, I was like, I'm spending so much time on everything else that isn't the songwriting.
Yeah.
And my songs were kind of mediocre, and then I got into a situation where I decided I was just going to spend all my time on the songwriting, you know. And unfortunately, I think you do have to strike a balance, but I definitely lean more towards that now, where it's like, I'm not gonna go to your party. I'm gonna stay where everybody's just gonna be looking over my head anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay home and I'm gonna write. You know, like, we don't have time to do. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, just like with, I would say like economy of words, or even like with the verses of that song. Like, first time I heard it, it was 4 different lives, and then like hearing like who it was about, it was like, okay, but it also it's one big story. So great job.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that reminded me of what I was gonna say about like when people introduce the song, or how, I don't remember exactly what you said that made me think of this, but it's like, when if I have a 3-song, you know, let's say I'm gonna make a 3-song set. Anything that I say is gonna be part of the story arc. Like, I think about my albums, I think about my sets as the whole thing is the storytelling. You know, you got your song and you have your beginning, middle, and your end, and your tension and your resolution. Like, we really are storytellers. Well, I think like anything that you say about the song should be part of that story arc, and that does not gonna include streaming. You know, I'm not gonna talk about that. Like, if I'm serving the song in terms of the story. I feel like it does, sometimes it depends on the situation. Like, that song might help to have a little bit of setup if I want people to get it the first time. You know, they'll get it the second time if they listen to it again, but it's like, just, you know, yeah.
I want to change gears just for a second. I mean, for both of y'all, and maybe we can get to some places. I haven't been on the show. I want to talk a little bit about like mental health and also sober.
Yeah.
So substance abuse, like, you know, sometimes I really hate it when a songwriter goes sober.
Oh, sure.
But
I have hated it.
But I get it.
Mm-hmm.
So like, why'd you get sober?
Well, because Jeff Tweedy got sober. I'm just kidding. I think that's funny. You hate it when a songwriter gets sober. Like, I remember when, like,
That's
Jeff
funny.
Tweedy.
That's funny, and I feel like you're being kind of ridiculous about that, though. Like, you're okay.
Yeah.
That's like, but it's so commonplace in like bar club, because I still play bars, you know.
When we're in a liquor store.
Yeah, I know. And we're in a liquor store,
Yeah,
so it's
like, you gotta hate it when a songwriter
like
gets
when you
sober.
go,
It's sort of business.
like on the nights that I don't drink, like people are like, why? I'm like, because my vocal cords are shredded.
I
from
wish.
nights of hours of singing, so I don't need to.
I wish I loved myself enough to do that. No, I can't drink because I go to jail. I cannot drink because I cannot not. When I drink, I think I should give everyone a ride to Wendy's
I want
at 1 a.m. and
I want a gold medal every time I don't drink for a week or something. But I mean, like, it's because I
once
don't
you
want to lose
just
my
quit
voice.
all the way.
Yeah.
Also, then there was a spiritual component to it for me.
Okay.
So like, and then I didn't know I was seeking that. But once I eliminated the alcohol, and I was in AA, I'm working in a spiritual program.
Yeah.
I found I was like, oh, maybe the solution isn't to just keep pouring alcohol on this dumpster fire, and it's actually to like do this work, you know, which goes hand in hand with my songwriting. But it definitely, like, you know, it kind of sucks for the other parts of it. But the thing is that, like, well, if I had a drink with you today, we'd probably have a great time today, and we might have a great time in 2 months, but then in 3 months I'll be making your life a fucking living hell.
Yeah.
You know, and my own. And it just took me several relapses to really realize that. Like, two pretty bad, you know, relapses where I was like, okay, I really can't do this because I can't afford to lose a year of my life. If I was the kind of person who I could drink and like I could not gain like 400 pounds,
Sure.
you know, if I could like still be hot and have a tan and like move and shake like some people do, you know, some people, I don't understand how some people get to be drunk and like still be good at art. I'm better at it without it, you know.
Okay.
No, you definitely are.
And so that's ultimately the reason why I sacrificed it. Hey,
What's up?
you look like you should be on this camera.
Make yourself at home. Well, Fire Camino just joined us.
What's up, everybody? I
Uh,
want me to join, or you want me to fuck off till later?
I have no preference. Whatever you want to do.
Fair enough.
Here, there's a stool.
Yeah, perfect.
Just here. Actually, we'll just take.
I'll
this
just take this one.
Yeah, take that one. Fire Camino, everybody.
What's up?
I don't know if he's in frame, but hey, he's among us. We're talking about just like mental health and sobriety.
I'm not the one to talk to about that.
I know, but like AA, spiritual, like, and you mentioned something doing the work. I have someone close to me, and I have been reaching out to them for 2 or 3 months, and I was like, I'm not forcing you. There's not a gun to your head, but I was like, I don't think you're with it, and I think like you have mental health issues, and I was like, I will walk with you. I will help you go to these websites. We can go to these appointments. I'll go with you. And I went, and like, you know, there's a questionnaire, you know, it's like a survey of like, all you gotta do is be honest. And he is just checking boxes. And like, we're on the way home, and I was like, well, how'd you feel it went? He said, feels great, man. I said, I'm not wasting any more fucking my time on this.
Yeah,
I was like, you're just gonna check a box? I was like,
yeah,
come on, do the work.
yeah.
Cause
It's,
you might, cause you, like, if you did it, you might find it's like, oh, there's a chink in my armor. That's where I keep losing.
yeah, totally. Well, they say it's insidious.
Mhm.
And it is, because there's still areas of my life, like, at least I know I can't drink. I mean, I appreciate psilocybin occasionally. But like, there's still areas where, like, you know, you just don't know you're lying to yourself about that, you know? And like, you can't figure out how to get on the other side of that veil unless you actually go over there.
Well,
You know?
until you really want to do it, you're not gonna.
You gotta
have
really
to make
wanna
that
do it.
decision yourself.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter how many
totally.
people love you and care, and you know,
That's true.
until you.
Everyone I've known who's gotten sober has been, you know, a year beyond it has been better off because of it.
Yeah, I had a court mandate though. I mean, and I had a court mandate, and I had to get the paper signed, you know, but I knew when my UAs were gonna be, and so I kept drinking.
Yeah, because you knew when to stop.
Yeah, and I was I was great at it. I was like a
You can have fun till the red light.
I was having I knew all the slogans. I'm doing it, you know. But then they were like, "We need your red blood cell count at the outpatient," and I was like, "Oh, what? No one told me."
Oh,
And I was a big. No one told me that person. You know, like I really did not think the rules applied to me, because I got a DUI in Colorado, and then I just moved to New York because I was like, well, I don't need a license here. You know, I've got the train. And so, yeah. So anyway, what I had to ultimately, it caught up to me. I needed to complete the terms of my sentence, and then So part of that was going to that outpatient program, which of course I didn't think I had needed to go. But once I had a cool doctor, and he was like, I went in to get my blood, and I told him, I was like, this is the situation I'm in. And he was like, well, how much do you drink? And I tell him, and he's like, tell them no one told you to fast today, and the next appointment you can get is in 30 days, but I need you to go stop drinking for 30 days. And so I had all the sort of the AA in my head, and I was like it was very entertaining. I was in New York City, all the famous people are in AA, telling all their war stories
It's
stuff.
like anger management. You said Adam Sandler film.
Yeah,
He's got like the tennis player.
Yeah, it's a lot like
The
that.
sharks are swimming in my head.
Yeah, no, it is. It's like it was basically just like being at the bar without the alcohol, in a way, and the connection I was looking for through the alcohol was actually here. Like I could kind of have the connection that I was, because it's weird. It's like, do I drink because I'm an alcoholic? Do I drink because I want to escape, or do I drink because I want to connect? It's like, that's the thing about.
Yeah.
I love this shit. Don't get me wrong. I like drinking. I could.
It's a piss poor advertisement for the store.
And like him said, I am being very ridiculous, but those are like conversations that I want to have on the show.
Yeah.
I mean, this is awesome that you do. Yeah, it's great.
Because there are so many of us that are sober.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we know the ones who are, probably going to end up getting sober too. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
just like, these are good things to know. And it's, I feel like there should be more non-alcoholic options at bars and stuff. And I feel like there should be, a little bit less of a stigma, like, oh, you're a party pooper or whatever. I feel like that's a cruel thing to say to somebody who's struggling with it every day anyway.
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
true. I mean, but usually those people who say that are just because they feel bad about their own drinking.
Yeah.
And that's why they do.
And you make them feel bad because you're
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you're encroaching on the space where drinking happens and you're not partaking. So
Right.
like,
And all you're really saying is, this works for me. I'm not trying to project myself onto you. You are
Yeah.
projecting me onto
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I don't even think about it anymore. Like
Yeah.
every feeling I ever needed to access with a drink, whether it was to calm myself down or psych myself up, like I can get there without it now,
Okay.
But that takes time, and it's also like a choice, and also maybe you can't sometimes, because
Sure.
you just don't feel like it. But when I came in here, that was the first thing I thought too. Like, oh, I wonder if there's any good NA beer in here.
I've got Bush and A's.
Oh, cool. Okay, they're making really good NAs.
And we have the athletic NAs at Munson Brothers,
Yeah.
or Porch Festival.
Yeah.
And
We was drinking one of those the other day.
and they're good. And,
They are good.
And so a lot of times, my favorite IPA is it's made by a company called The Shoots, and they make an NA version of it, and it's spot on.
Yeah.
Like I can have two of them, and it's like something in my mind. I was like, I'm getting butt, and I was like, no, dude.
Yeah.
It's got
Yeah.
little alcohol in it. It's like, but the taste is there, and it feels good.
Yeah, I do think there's some placebo in it.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, okay, oh, I'm having a beer now.
Yeah.
I'm relaxing.
I'm having a sugar
Something's
beer.
taking the edge off, And I think that it's okay to have a little bit of a little placebo to help you with that sometimes. But if you had told me when I was 21 how much money I'd be spending on NA beer, I would have told you to take me out. I would have thought that would not be a life worth living. That just sounds so sad. It doesn't
Like
be
you can
great.
hear is I got THC infused drinks, and we got non-alcoholic options.
Yeah.
And the Bush and A's is I think if I did a top 10 list, it's number 6. And those are people in the community is I used to love wine.
Mhm.
And every now and then, I got one guy that comes to mind, he'll buy a 12-pack of those Bush and A's. And every now and then he'll come on a Saturday and he'll just stop right there at the wine and he'll just look and he's like, go back and get his Bush and A's. And I was like, today ain't the day, huh?
That's so funny. they gotta answer to you ultimately. They gotta go through you first.
I was like, if you put it on the counter, dude, like, you can tell me, do not sell to me, and I will do it. But
Right.
it's your choice, man.
Gotta live your own life, you know?
Tell me a little bit about like just daily life. You know, just you getting here was fascinating to me. Is Austin, Texas, flew back to Nashville, drove down I-65, boom, you're here.
Yeah.
And then show after this.
Yeah, it's so great. That's like the life I always wanted. I just wanted there to be.
Are you able to keep yourself that busy each weekend, or like?
No, I mean, I want to be the kind of person who's organized enough. I have had some booking agents before. I never had a label deal or management or anything like that, but I like feel that I have had enough, like I've earned my stripes, so to speak.
Mhm.
I don't really know how. It's like, I don't really think winning songwriting contest does that for you. I mean, I think it's like, how do you know you did that? Well, you just, do you know that you did or not, you know? And so I do feel like I feel like I should be playing more than I am, but I have not been good about I am very much like, let's see what, you know, like I'm not so good at pursuing it. I'm good at waiting for Ham to call me and tell
I hate
tell
not
me.
playing. I didn't
Yeah.
play on Friday night, and I thought I was gonna tear my skin off my face or something.
Yeah.
I hate being at home by myself. When there's
Yeah.
there's like the Monday through Thursday type, being home alone that I genuinely enjoy, and I work really hard at work, and then I go home and cook and hang out with my dogs and take a shower and get in bed and watch TV for a little bit. And I'm like seriously like 7:30 in bed, and then I'm watching TV until like 9.
Wow, that's
And then the weekend, I'm like,
you're so together.
no, I'm not.
You're so with it.
I'm
and
a wreck.
But you've got the
It took a long.
both
I
hands.
have a process that I have to go through to be functional. But
Yeah.
being at home on a Saturday night is like the most god awful.
Oh my God, I'd love to be at home on a Saturday night. I love it. But I think it's because I don't really know where I'm gonna be when. I mean, I know a few months out, but like I still, for the past somehow, since I was with Side Pony and we were touring, because I was touring with them a lot. But since I broke up with that band and started putting out these records, I've still managed to like be sort of on the road 2 weeks and home 2 weeks.
That's kinda cool, yeah.
But I just don't know. I just really don't. Like I can tell
It
you
almost sounds
through
like you
August.
pick your battles, and you kind of like, it's like, it's kind of more on your terms.
I am a feather on the wind. It's on God's terms. It's on the universe's terms, or the wind's terms, I guess.
I've got a friend of mine down in Hattiesburg, and a year ago, I mean, he was breaking out. He was beginning to get, playing on a national level. Played the entire East Coast all the way up to New York. Excited about it, and he's been married, and he's been making all these. This is his words: empty promises to his wife about this tour. This is going to be the one. This album is the one. And he's like, I got tired of feeling like a piece of shit. And he said, now this year, and for the rest, and he's got fans. He's got a following. But he says, I play the shows I want to play, and I play it with the people I want to play it with, and we do all this on our terms.
Yeah. Great.
I feel like when I stopped trying to get the shows that I thought like were the path that I needed to be on is when I started to get shows that I realized that I wanted to play more, if that makes any sense. It's
Yeah.
like every show's better now.
I also like just like quality experiences, you know, and this is one of them. Like this is like a really cool thing, you know.
Cool,
And it's
thank you.
like it didn't, you know, we put this on the calendar, and I was supposed to come down yesterday, but I was in Austin yesterday, so I couldn't get here.
And dude, like, I love it. Like, I listened to, Ham shot me, I don't remember the name of the song. He's like, you could start here, but he's like, any of her songs is fine.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, I was it Going for the Bonds?
Yes.
Going for the
Oh,
Bonds
wow,
is so
the
good.
old one, dude.
And so, you know, I was listening to your music and I was like, oh, this is nice. But a lot of times it's like, the less I know, the better. And I also hope the same for them. I was like, I hope he didn't research a damn thing about me or this thing. And I was like, I hope you're pleasantly pleased, you know, or
Yeah.
surprised or just,
Yeah. No, totally.
like,
Yeah.
I hope it's charming in the best way.
So charming, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you put the cash in my hand too, and that was very charming. That was very charming.
And we're taking the cash back.
That's just for show.
Just a prop,
That's
yeah.
prop money.
All the bills have Alan's face on it.
Wait a minute, we're getting paid?
Yeah.
You know the rules. You don't never get paid.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, but it's worth mentioning, you know, that music is free, and if you're gonna do it, I mean, that's the other thing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how I make it work. I really don't. Like, as long as I just don't look at what's coming in, and I don't look at what's going out either. I just
It's
buy
a
what I want if I
boondoggle
don't
though.
look on
It's
price tags.
It's a boondoggle. It doesn't work on any level. There's a
Exactly.
there's an industry built on it that doesn't make sense.
But-
There's people who aren't doing
but
anything that are
also-
making more money than we are.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
And I want to figure out how they do that. I
Yeah.
really do. But
Because I would also do that. But
Yeah,
I
we
wouldn't
should do
exploit
that.
people.
And I'll tell you, like, I mean, take this, like, nationally and internationally touring, Culture Wall. And that was one of the kind of things, like, I kind of brought up, like, your day-to-day. And this kind of goes back to mental health, and this is, like, kind of his message. And I think he was a quarter way into this tour. And he finally put a public statement out. It's like, look, mental health ain't great, not getting better. I got to go home. You'll be refunded if, you know, you're not losing anything. He's like, I can't. And I was like, you gotta take care of yourself first, big guy. You know?
yeah, ooh, I relate to that. Like, people who feeling like you can't. I mean, I think it's amazing when artists do that because it's still a service industry. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you're raised like I was raised, you know, in the theater to please an audience, you know, then you know, it is hard. But I will say, when you're asking me about the day to day, I watched that movie F1 recently,
The
the Brad Pitt
Yeah.
movie, and it was so inspiring because he's like old, washed up, you know,
Mhm.
but then he starts training again. Have you seen it?
No, I've been wanting to watch it.
Yeah. And so I like started training, but I have to like find things that inspire me like that so that I can stay. And then I start training. And what's my training? I'm going to pick up my guitar 10 minutes every day. I'm going to make sure I do my vitamins. I'm going to drink a gallon of water a day. Like when I'm home, I try to train like that. I'm going to make sure that I like hit the yoga mat, or I'm going to put my pen to my paper at least one time a
I
day.
think that's why Rocky's still my favorite movie.
Rocky rules.
Yeah.
Rocky is
I
honestly.
feel like
I'm gonna
Rocky's
watch
Rocky's
Rocky.
whole thing is that he's like he's like they're all calling me a bum. They're all calling me, you know, washed up.
Yes.
But I'm telling you, I think I got this in me.
That's what I want. I want
Yeah.
more movies about
And then
washed up.
it's not even the goal isn't
people.
even about winning. He just wants to finish the fight.
Yeah.
So when he says I did it, he's sorry. I'll talk. One day we can just do a podcast about Rocky.
Yeah.
No,
Coming up
yeah.
next.
Yeah.
tell
When
me.
I'm looking over here, it's because I'm listening. Because I like. Yeah, I mean, I think that is really probably the balance, you know, is that like when you're not doing this part of it, which is like really fun and feels really good, you know, and you're like, you have your show and you're in the making music moments, or like you're not in the studio, you know, when you're in the in-between place, which is just like the panic of
Yeah.
life,
Yeah.
or the monotony of life, you know, or like this other thing that I think is weird that we don't freak out about, which is that we're all gonna die.
Yeah, sure.
You know, why aren't we freaking out about that? Like, we should be.
Well, in a way, it's beautiful because you go, fucking none of this matters.
Well,
It's not
yeah.
permanent, so
Yeah.
we're gonna die or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have fun with it.
You know what? I was at the. It
I
was
got kids, so I'd like it to stick around a little
Well,
bit.
you know,
That's me,
listen, I don't plan on having kids. I treat it like this. Like, life to me is like when you get a rental car and you put the insurance on it. I'm just going nuts with it. You know.
Your kids are gonna die too. I
Yeah,
mean,
but hopefully long after me. I
So-
just want to make sure that there's a planet for them to be on.
well, I know. I was like, maybe, but there's
And then they might have kids, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'll take care of
hopefully,
them.
you know. So I was at the songwriter festival, and this guy plays a song about how if the sun burns up, if the sun burned up, we have 8 minutes until there was no light to Earth.
Mm.
And then what would happen? And then what? And then what? And ultimately, like, there'd be no oxygen, and then Earth would just like fall out of orbit, like sad. And I was like thinking about this, and I was like, but I worked so hard on my record, you know. So it's like,
Yeah, sure.
it's like, what does keep you? Why this? Why is this the
Yeah,
thing
purpose.
that's so important? Yeah. And for me, like, why did I sacrifice basically everything for this? I mean, mainly because I'm not willing to go to a job. I think.
Well, like back to that daily, it's like gallon of water, yoga mat,
Yeah.
10 minutes of guitar. Like, is that? Do you have to sit that out and build that calendar, that to-do list? And like when you first wake up, is it daunting or is it like, let's get it? Like, cause I mean, some people is like, you know, when I'm here like during business hours, and I love it, like, but when I'm here in the evenings, there's a reason, especially during the week, there's a reason why I'm here. And, you know, of course, customer comes in, wants to talk. I'll talk to you as long as you want to talk. But by the way, buddy, I have things that I've got to do, and I want to get them done in a timely manner because I don't want to sit here all night.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to hear you. But like, and so like a lot of times, like to-do lists and things like that, it stresses me the hell out. But then like once I just like get the first one done, it's like, hey, we're one down.
Yeah.
You know, I got 5 more to do, but hey, we just took that first step. We can do 5 more.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot easier to get going once you start. It's hard. There are definitely times when I have to kick my own ass. It helps if you listen to hip hop. I've been putting
Ooh,
on.
what's
like-
your favorite hip hop right
Okay,
now?
so right now I'm listening to this girl, Caitlin, and her name just happens to be Caitlin, which is also my name. But she spells it, she took out the A and the I, which is
Okay. KT.
K-T-L-Y, or maybe she took out the A but E. But she spells it K-T-L-Y, and she just like, she sings songs about her boobs. She also sings songs about staying home meditating, and she sings songs about like keeping her publishing and owning her own music until she climbed to like 1 million views. But she also does like all the tits and ass shit too. But not she does it in her own way, like just in a new kind of way. And she's like, she just makes me want to get it, you know. So I just put that in, and then I go out, and then I run around my block, which is like a 1/4 mile. You know what I mean? It's not even a mile. But I don't even run. I just sort of shuffle. But I like do that, you know. And sometimes you just have to like let the pendulum swing all the way over there to get it going. But that, you know, that helps me.
Right on. What'd you listen to on the drive then?
I actually started listening to this audio book. Why did I get this on Audible? It was on some other podcast that told me to get it, but it was this girl. It's called Everything is Figure Outable, and so I was listening to that, but I don't know if I'm gonna pick it back up. It was good, but it's like it's all the stuff you know already, you know. And then I listened to that. I listened to some Caitlin.
Like a Gary Vee. Oh gosh. What about you, Han? What you been listening to?
I've been listening to a lot of the Conway Twitty and Loretta Lynn duets.
Wow. I've listened to
There's
those.
a ton. And I mean, I'm trying to think of the hip hop that I've been listening to recently.
Rapper's Delight.
I do like Rapper's Delight. I like Big
'Cause
Daddy
have
Kane.
y'all ever seen the movie Everybody Wants Some?
Mm-mm.
It's a good, like, it's, Days Confused was the 70s, and it was high school.
Uh-huh.
Everybody Wants Some was a sequel. It's done in the 80s, but it's college.
Okay.
The soundtrack to it is phenomenal, and it probably has like one of the greatest moments in a film that I've ever seen with Rapper's Delight.
Oh wow.
Like, Days Confused did a really
Yeah.
good job on the soundtrack.
Yeah.
And like anytime I see Everybody Wants Some, I just think about those guys riding in the Monte Carlo
Yeah.
and just acting out Rapper's Delight. I think
Yeah.
it's a fun scene.
Yeah.
Iconic.
Like I loved. Me and my brother would watch Yo MTV Raps in the '80s, and do you remember Yo MTV Raps?
Yeah.
Fab Five Freddy.
Yeah.
And
Wasn't he also featured on Fresh Prince too? Or am I thinking of something else?
you're thinking of DJ Jazzy Jeff,
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
who was
sorry.
Will Smith's DJ.
Right. That's right.
But I mean, like all that stuff from Run DMC, Big Daddy Kane,
Mhm.
and he's like the bridge to like he's in the same crew as like Bismarck Heat, and then you get into like gangster rap with like NWA, which is Ice Cube and Dr. Dre and Eazy,
Yeah.
and the late '90s with mid to late '90s with like Tupac and Biggie Smalls and
I've definitely been down that rabbit hole
Yeah.
this year.
Busta Rhymes I like a lot. I saw Busta
And
Rhymes.
then after that, it was like it became scenes with hip hop. Like I was really obsessed with Atlanta or
Yeah.
Memphis.
Yeah.
Right.
And if it was Atlanta, it was Outkast. You had
Right.
Andre
Yeah.
3000 and Big
Right.
Boy. And,
Right.
But there's a ton of Atlanta rap.
Oh yeah,
in there.
yeah. I mean, like Childish Gambino today.
Yeah.
So
I love
Hip hop's
that
cool.
stuff.
Yeah.
I named my dog Busta Rhymes.
Oh, cool.
It's a sweet dog.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
You met my dog like right after I got it.
Buster Rhymes, and what's the other one?
Donna Summer.
Donna Summer. Yeah.
Good.
That was
All right.
sweet.
Well, Caitlin,
Ooh, we got one more
Yeah.
thing. When is this coming out?
immediately. So
Oh.
Okay.
probably
Do
Monday.
you want to plug your
Monday or
your
Tuesday.
show?
Sure. Monday or Tuesday. Yeah. So Thursday, I'm playing at Skinny Dennis, and I've got so it's in Nashville, so y'all should come up. But it's a really cool venue, and I've got like the band from the record. Most not all the guys from the record, but like John Murray from the record, and most of the time I don't get to play with my band on the road because I can't afford my band on the road. Like they're gonna be like Miranda Lambert or Jessica Simpson's got my keys player right now. I'm just really psyched on the band. It's gonna be such a good band. And then my friend Chris Gelbuta had put a new project together called Cowboy Candy, and he's got like the Mumford and Sons guys and Humphreys McGee and his band. So mostly this is just like a really good night for music geeky people, and songwriting geeky people, and people who like to maybe two-step to weird Flaming Lips covers. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, that's just the next thing I've got coming up that I think
Very
we
cool.
should get the word out.
And the new record is also so fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, I have a record out called Love Addict, and
Opening track.
opening track. Yes.
For what we did here.
Yeah. Spicy Sunday morning.
That's how she introduced it, and it was that. Well, guys, thank y'all so much, Caitlin, Ham, and Josh. Fired me up. Thank y'all, and that's a wrap. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Ooh.